The first thing Silas noticed was the heat. It wasn't just warm, it was like standing in front of a furnace. He looked around. Yup, that was definitely lava. And those giant, grotesque statues with wings, probably not angels. Silas was pretty sure he was in the underworld. Silas tugged at his collar. "How did I get here?" he mumbled. He wasn't sure if he wanted an answer. The air smelled like sulfur and something else. Burnt toast? Maybe he should turn back. He took a step back, bumping into something large and scaly. Well, a gravelly voice boomed. "Look who it is!" Silas turned around slowly, bracing himself for whatever monstrosity awaited. It was a huge red creature with horns and a tail. It grinned, revealing rows of sharp teeth. Silas gulped. "Excuse me," he squeaked. "Have we met?" The monster chuckled, a sound like rocks tumbling down a mountain. "You don't remember your pal, Sparky?" Silas squinted at the monster. Sparky. Sparky, he echoed, racking his brain. He knew a Steve, a Susan, even a Sebastian, but a Sparky, I'm drawing a blank here. Sparky let out a booming laugh that shook the ground. "Oh, Silas, you humans. So forgetful." He slapped Silas on the back, nearly knocking him over. "Don't you remember that time with the volcano and the giant marshmallows? Volcano? Marshmallows?" Silas was more confused than ever. "Look," he said slowly, "I'm pretty sure I'd remember if I'd ever met a talking, fire-breathing." He struggled for the right word. "Lizard thing before." Sparky snorted, a puff of smoke escaping his nostrils. "Lizard thing? I am a fearsome dragon, the terror of the underworld." He puffed out his chest, which promptly deflated when Silas didn't even flinch. "Right, fearsome," Silas said, trying to look impressed. He really needed to get out of there. "Listen, Sparky, it's been real, but I really should be going now." "Going?" Sparky's voice rose an octave. "But you just got here. We haven't even had a chance to catch up." He snapped his fingers and a plate of what looked suspiciously like charcoal briquettes appeared in his hand. "Care for a snack?" Silas politely declined. "I'm good, thanks. Maybe some other time." He edged away slowly, trying to blend in with the background of fire and brimstone. "No time like the present," Sparky boomed, following close behind. He lowered his voice conspiratorially. "So tell me, Silas, what brings you down to our humble abode, business or pleasure?" Silas stopped. "Honestly," he said, throwing his hands up in the air, "I have absolutely no idea how I got here." He looked around at the fiery landscape. "And I'd really like to go home now." Sparky tilted his head, his horns casting ominous shadows on the ground. He seemed to consider this for a moment. Then he grinned again, revealing all those sharp teeth. "You know what?" he said. "I like you, Silas. You've got spunk." Just as Sparky leaned in close, Silas jolted awake. He was sprawled on the couch, a blanket tangled around his legs. The TV was on, a cheesy horror movie playing quietly. The smell of burnt popcorn filled the air. Silas blinked, disoriented. Sparky? Underworld? It had all felt so real. He glanced back at the TV just as the monster on screen roared, its voice distorted by the speakers. It sounded suspiciously like Sparky, Silas muttered, sitting up. He looked closer at the TV screen. The monster was wearing a name tag. It read, Bob. Suddenly, Silas burst out laughing. It was all a dream, and a pretty ridiculous one at that. He could just imagine it now. "Silas, you'll never believe this dream I had. I met a talking lizard named Sparky who thought we were best friends." He shook his head, still chuckling. It was definitely time to lay off the late-night snacks, especially the extra cheesy burnt popcorn.